Mr. Trump, South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, in her response to the State of the Union address, appeared to choose sides within the party, saying Republicans should resist, quote, the siren call of the angriest voices. She confirmed she was referring to you, among others. Was she out of line?
Wherever you are sitting, Nikki, I am a friend. We're friends. That's good. But she did say there was anger. And I could say, oh, I'm not angry. I'm very angry because our country is being run horribly. And I will gladly accept the mantle of anger. Our military is a disaster. Our health care is a horror show. Obamacare, we're going to repeal it and replace it. We have no borders. Our vets are being treated horribly. Illegal immigration is beyond belief. Our country is being run by incompetent people. And yes, I am angry.
Okay, so Donald Trump admits he's angry, but is he stressed? Dr. Oz tracked just that with a brand new app that you can download called Sharecare. It uses the voice to determine stress levels. Dr. Oz and the developer of Sharecare, Erik Feingold, join us live in the studio. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
All right, before we take a look at the stress levels of people on stage last night, what is this thing and how does it work?
Say we get into a fight with someone, they say it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Subtly, we can interpret not the words, but what the voice is actually telling us. Think of it as an emotional selfie. The voice actually gives you a little window into the heart. So when the candidates are saying all these things, there's an interpretation that voters are actually making that is subconscious, that a lot of us are not overly aware of, but it's important. Okay. And so this technology, by the way, was developed in call centers to help people say, you know what, the operator's being rude or mean, and they don't even realize it. Companies use this technology to train their employees. So why not apply it to a really important process? What are the candidates saying in their voices, not just the words?
Okay, let's take a look. We've got the first soundbite we're going to have a Sharecare analyze is Marco Rubio talking about the war on ISIS. Watch this.
This is a war that either they win or we win. When I'm president of the United States, we are going to win this war on ISIS. The most powerful intelligence agency in the world is going to tell us where they are. The most powerful military in the world is going to destroy them. And if we capture any of them alive, they are getting a one-way ticket to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and we are going to find out everything they know.
Okay, so we watched it. It's like a speedometer. He started out relaxed and then intense. What does that mean, Erik?
So you can actually see how he works himself up. You can see that he starts in the green area, and then as he begins to talk about what he would do, you can see how he moves into the red, into the orange, and he moves into nervousness, and then into irritation, and then into impatience. And it correlates to what he's talking about. So when he talks about destroying ISIS, he shows that he's ready to fight. When he talks about he will be a president, so he is nervous, but he's not in a fighting mode.
So how does a voter interpret that? Passion is a good thing, right?
Right.
You want people who care and are passionate. And it's good to a point, but when you get past a certain point and your voice begins to send a message that you're stressed out, now you're actually sending a little different message, like, are they going to be as reliable? Will they be calm in the face of adversity? These are subtle things that voters react to differently.
Interesting. All right, next soundbite. Here's Ted Cruz and Donald Trump. Cruz says Trump is attacking because of high poll numbers. Watch the meter.
You know, back in September, my friend Donald said that he had had his lawyers look at this from every which way. And there was no issue there. There was nothing to this birther issue. Now, since September, the Constitution hasn't changed. But the poll numbers have.
Okay, so he was cool, calm, and collected.
Right. So he was well prepared for this.
He is one of America's great debaters, we should point out.
Yes. And as he speaks, you see the only time his stress goes up is when he loses his patience, when he talks about, hey, nothing really changed.
All right. We got one more soundbite that we want Sharecare to analyze. And here is Donald Trump responding to the Cruz attack.
I already know the Democrats are going to be bringing a suit. You have a big lawsuit over your head while you're running, and if you become the nominee, who the hell knows if you can even serve in office? So you should go out, get a declaratory judgment, let the courts decide, and you shouldn't have mentioned the polls because I would have been much different.
Why now? Why are you raising this issue now?
Because now he's doing a little bit better.
That's interesting. He's on the attack, essentially, but he's calm and productive.
Right. So he's actually calm for most of the time. Then when a question is being asked, you see that it bumps up a little bit. But what's interesting, that you see that he gets into the discomfort zone when he talks about the fact that his opponent is doing a bit better.
But here's the thing. This is really important. And maybe one of the reasons Donald Trump does so well is he's continually confident because subtly his voice is telling you he's calm. And so newspapers write about the words he uses, talking about in this debate, for example, when he was defending his statement about Muslims, coming into the country and the like. But the average person is hearing confidence in his voice. And so subtly, that's a leadership quality that's really important. Now, too much confidence is arrogance. So you have to always temper this. Stress is not a bad thing. Stress is a good thing, but it's got to be productive. It may help us understand why some candidates do so much better in the polls than you would anticipate.
Were the findings that you found last night on par with what you found during the entire debate season? This was the sixth one.
Yes, well, we could see that some of the candidates were better prepared, but overall, yeah, people continue and show their behavior quite consistently.
We're going to post the analysis, if we can, of a lot of these different moments in the debate on Sharecare.com. Take a look at it. We'd love to have people's feedback, but the science behind this is a really cool way for us to change how we look at how people perform, especially under stress.
Well, it's such a cool app, and I heard about it from Dr. Oz when he was name dropper when you were here earlier in the week. How can people use Sharecare in their own personal lives?
So we have an app that helps people to track their relationships and their stress. And stress and relationships are strongly correlated to our quality of health and our quality of life.
You use it when you make a phone call?
Yes. Every time you make a phone call, it's basically being tracked. And then only you get that feedback. Nobody else can see that. And it's completely private and in your control.
So I'm going to learn whenever I call Steve Ducey, my stress meter goes way up. At the end of the day, it's going to tell me, don't call Steve late in the night because you can't sleep then.
Because I'm always saying, let's go out for steaks. And he just not a steak guy. All right. Dr. Oz, Erik, thank you very much. Really interesting stuff. Thanks. All right.